I told you guys in the last video, you're definitely not going to be disappointed in what I get, and some of you guys are definitely going to think I'm absolutely out of my mind. But check this out. I pretty much looked at every other alternative, and it just wasn't working out for a couple of reasons. Number one, nobody really wants to take an Alfa Romeo in on trade. I guess it's the stigma of, you know, the earlier cars with bad reliability and resale value and all of that. So I really had my heart set on a Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. I came very, very close to buying one that was at the local Ferrari dealer. It was a pre-owned 2022 black on black, had the carbon fiber package, manual transmission, had about 4,500 miles on it. But two things happened. They gave me 20,000 less on my trade offer for my red Alfa, which I was like, you know what? I don't know if that car is really worth taking that much of a loss on it, where I'm jumping into a pre-owned Cadillac that's 3 years old. It just didn't make sense to me. So what I ended up doing on that, I started looking at other ones. They didn't check out. They had bad history reports of water damage, electrical problems, some shady Carfaxes. So I kind of says, all right, you know what? Finding a pre-owned CT5V Blackwing is not that easy right now, especially with a manual transmission, especially with the carbon fiber 1 and 2 pack. Just nothing out there. So then if you go on autotradercars.com, you'll see that there's a bunch of 2025s, and I started watching all the content on the precision package. I'm like, you know what, maybe that's what I should get. I should get the precision package with the carbon ceramic brakes and all of that good stuff. I was really set on getting one of those. There's a bunch of them coming in, and I started calling the dealerships, but here's the problem. The MSRP on those cars is like $139, right? Which is a lot higher than I wanted to spend. And I just don't think the car's worth it. I don't care what anybody says. It's just not a $140,000 car. Then if you go online, probably the guy that's got the biggest allocation is Cadillac of Delaware. And they're trying to ask $25,000 over MSRP, no exceptions, no rebates. They didn't want to take the trade-in on the Alfa. So, you know, this is going on for a couple of months. I was trying to get a CT5V Blackwing. I really didn't pursue the CT4. I said, if I'm going to go with the Cadillac, I might as well just go big balls and do the, you know, the biggest and baddest one, and that would be the CT5. So that came off the list. I could not secure one pre-owned, and getting one brand new was just, I'm not paying. That car is not a $160,000 car under any circumstances. The car doesn't even have a stainless steel exhaust. It doesn't have real leather on the dash and doors. There's a lot of shortcuts because it's a GM product. As much as the car is awesome, and I've driven several of them, the Giulia Quadrifoglio was still a sharper, more dynamic, and much more nimble and fun car. So then I switched gears. I said, all right, what other car am I gonna look at? I said, the Audis are not even on the list. I'm really not an Audi guy, and I don't want all-wheel drive. So then I started looking at the BMW, the G87 M2. Now, I really do like the M2. I think it's a great car. It has really great tuning potential, and I thought it would have been a fun project for the Auto Fanatic channel to build one out and possibly do a giveaway. So I started looking, see what's available, and I was deliberating, do I go 6-speed, do I go automatic? And I kind of settled on an automatic because the ones that I've driven just feel so much better than the 6-speed, and that's, you know, me coming from a G80 M3, you know, fully loaded in the Alaman green. I says, you know what, the automatic is definitely better suited for this car. So I found one. I actually found two of them. One dealership in Pennsylvania, he had a Portimao blue brand new car, fully loaded the way I wanted it, and they just did not want to take the Alfa on trade. The guy gave me a trade-in value for my red one of $40,000. I says, are you out of your freaking mind? I'm not letting this car go for $40,000. So that guy was impossible to deal with. Then I secured another car in the Chicago, Illinois area, same spec, except this one had a carbon fiber body kit. It was lowered on factory coilovers. I was like, oh, this is even better. And the price was right. The problem is that dealer had some sort of shady contract that he says, we're gonna pick up your trade vehicle first, and we have the right to devalue your car when it gets here based off the agreed upon value that we give you up front. And we also have the right to increase the value of the selling price of the car after the fact, and you have the right to cancel the contract, and you're gonna have to pay the shipping reimbursement both ways. I says, I would have to be out of my fucking mind to do a deal like that, give up my car, sign over the title, and then sign an agreement where you already know once your car is out of your possession, they're gonna screw you. So after what happened with my red 2023 Giulia Quadrifoglio and that whole debacle of them selling me a crashed car, like I mentioned in my last video, I said, there's no way I'm gonna get myself into this situation again. And that's kind of like where I went down the road of trying to find a Verde Fangio, because, you know, when I had the Isle of Man green M3, the only reason I bought that car was because of the color. I absolutely love the color. And that's also another reason why I bought the Stelvio Tributo Italiano. So color to me is super important. I never really loved the red. I don't know why. It's an awesome color. There's nothing wrong with it. It just didn't suit me personally. Now, going back to when I was like a little boy, I mean, my favorite color my whole entire life was always green. So that's probably why psychologically and visually, I'm attracted to a green color on a car. Not all the time. I mean, I do love black, I do love grays, I do love reds. It really depends on the car. So when this car became available, a couple of things that I really liked about it was it's the spec I want. Carbon fiber roof, Sparcos, fully loaded, Technico wheels. All my other Alphas did not have Technico wheels except my black one. And it also has the updated headlights, which is another thing that I really, really loved after having my Stelvio for several months. I said, you know what, if I'm gonna do this, this is gonna be the last hurrah, let me do it. Because in 2023, when I was looking for the, I was looking for a Verde Fangio one or a green one, Montreal green, whatever it was called back then, and there was not one available with the carbon fiber roof or the Sparco seats anywhere in the country. There was nothing coming in from Italy. I didn't really want to get the standard black leather seats without the Alcantara. I just didn't want to do it. So that's how I ended up with the Rosa Etna, the two of them. So really my first choice was always the green. I just couldn't locate one and there was just nothing coming in because these cars are limited production. They don't build a lot of them. So you kind of, you know, got to pick and choose what's on the ground. So a couple of little visual things we'll go over quick and then we'll go for a little bit of a drive. We don't have the carbon fiber grille. This is like a gunmetal gray, similar to the Stelvio Tributo. We have gloss black mirror caps, which I'm actually gonna probably change those because I have a whole bunch of mirror caps in stock. And it kind of matches the gloss black trim and the B-pillars and all of that. So we got the new headlights, we got the Technico wheels, we also have new tail lights. I'll show you guys that quick. It's nothing major, okay? So we got the new tail lights. Some of you guys love them or hate them, but this has been out in Europe for, I think, probably prior to the US cars. And we got a little Cessna flying overhead. So another cool thing, which is very, very unique, the carbon fiber now, if you look carefully, there's no gloss. It's got a texture. Listen to this. It's a textured carbon fiber trim that is really, really interesting. And it looks like, you know, for the final hurrah, they wanted to add a little bit of a textural element to the car. And I actually think it's cool. You're not going to get the glare. It's going to be a little bit easier to clean. It just feels a little bit weird. So as a result, I can't do the carbon fiber instrument bangle. I can't do the carbon fiber AC vents because nobody in the aftermarket makes carbon fiber with this finish. Now, you do have the semi-gloss, which is out of the mold Sparco seats, and you have a little bit of gloss here. I may do something with this when I do the custom wheel eventually. So right now, the interior, I'm not touching it. Now, so far I've been driving the car. I'm gonna tell you this now. I probably racked up between all of the ones that I've owned, probably 100,000 miles in these cars in like 7 years. This 2024 with the mechanical differential is the fastest, the best driving, best steering, best riding Giulia Quadrifoglio that I've ever owned, okay? And I'm kind of happy about that because this is gonna be the final one. I'm not buying any more after this. If something happens to this car, that's it, bye-bye. My journey with Alfa Romeo is gonna be over. So obviously I love the car, love the looks, love the handling, love the performance. I love the DNA of the brand. And listen, if you like something in life, just stick with it. It's kind of like, you know, being in a long-term committed relationship. And obviously, you guys watch my channel for years, you know, there's nobody on social media or probably anywhere that's owned 5 of these cars and has been through, you know, hell with the earlier ones and selling them and all this other crap. And no matter what, I still keep coming back to them. So that obviously says a lot about me, that I love the car, I love what it does, it fits my personality, it's exactly what I want. You know, I don't need high tech, I don't need all this latest crap with the big giant screens in the dash. I don't need that. I'm all into what's the car made of, what does the car do when every time I get in and I drive it, does it make me feel special? Do I have fun whether I'm going to the grocery store or I'm going on a twisty back road? That's all that matters to me. I don't care, you know, whether I'm buying the car to get views on YouTube. That's totally irrelevant. I don't buy cars for that. You guys know me for many, many years. That's not what it's all about. So I'm gonna strap the camera in. We'll go for a little bit of a POV drive, but this is gonna be the new car. You will be seeing this on the channel. We'll probably be doing some mods, some detailing videos, all kinds of cool stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the more that I've been driving it, it feels so goddamn good the way it is. I almost don't want to touch it. So we'll see how long it takes before I get the itch to start tearing the car apart. So here it is. Let's go for a drive. We'll talk some more about it behind the wheel. All right, guys, got the camera set up. So this also has the new LCD dash display. So I'll just show you guys real quick. You can kind of toggle between different modes, but we're gonna go into race mode. So like I was telling you in the intro of the video, this is definitely the best driving Giulia Quadrifoglio that I've owned to date. I don't know if this all has to do with the new mechanical differential, but something that I noticed, and I'll talk about it, you know, as I drive. There's no bucking anymore in between those shifts. So I started putting this two and two together. We have a mechanical differential, whereas the other cars all had electronic differentials. Now the transmission and the diff, when they're electronic, they're all communicating via torque management maps, and I think the torque management was probably causing that little buck and little hesitation in between the shifts. This thing is shifting like a dual clutch, like it's in terms of like the way it's going through the gears and the power delivery. Another thing that I notice is that like on this little twisty set of road right here, I always felt the back of the car was a little twitchy. This thing feels 100% predictable. It actually reminds me of the way the G80 M3 was. The G80 M3 is a very neutral, predictable handling car, whereas the Alfa had a little bit more character where it would keep you on your toes. But I still think also that's probably a little attribute of the new differential. This is stuff that I'm noticing right away on this car, is the power delivery, the grip, the way it's throwing the power down, and the transitions between the gears. You're not getting that bucking anymore. So, and it's also a hell of a lot faster off the line. So we're just gonna try to open it up a little bit over here. I mean, it is early in the morning and they're starting to get some weekend traffic, but yeah, what a difference. I mean, I know these cars well. I mean, it's blasting the power down so much better. And I mean, maybe you guys, like I said, if you guys watch a lot of, Jesus Christ, it's fast. If you guys watch a lot of my content, you may be able to pick it up visually in the way the videos are shot. You know, because I'm still using the same format. Get away from this guy. Yeah, but this thing is boogieing now, man. My God. This car fucking rips. Absolutely rips. So that's just a short little drive video. There's going to be more drive videos when I get to a, of course, better location and get some more time, but just wanted to give you, this is the reveal video, and these are the things that I'm noticing so far. This car is vastly better than both of my 23s, my 21, and my 2018. You know, when I switched over to the 21, I was complaining about the 21 with the different steering rack and all that. After you get to drive these cars as much as I have, you know, that little light twitchiness that the earlier cars exhibited, you know, a lot of people don't really like that, but this is a much more refined, better engineered, better put together package altogether. I mean, I just can't get over what a difference this car is. But I've never test driven this with the mechanical diff before until I took delivery of it. Oh, that's my fault. But I mean, it's blasting through the shifts so quickly without that interruption from the torque management that was always an attribute in all of my other cars. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more content. Like I said, I told you guys you're gonna either love or hate what I bought, but I love this car. I'm keeping it for a while. We'll see what happens. And another thing too, I didn't mention in the intro other cars that I love. If AMG, because I love AMG, I have an AMG, if they had the V8 in the C63 or the E63, those probably would have been the car that I probably would have went towards, just to try something different, have better dealer support and all that. And I love the V8 power in my GTR. But, you know, they kind of went with the hybrid system, so the AMGs were not even an option, you know, as far as the C63 or the E63. So that's why I ended up back in another Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, and I'm happy as hell because this car, this particular one, this car is no joke. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video soon. There's gonna be lots more drive videos, lots more fun on this car, and man, post in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys later. Whew, this fucking thing hauls ass. My God.
But I'm just getting started. My eyes on the target. Nah, nah. You're the better ones, you kingdom come. To give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see.